stream in so long. Um, let's watch.
So, like, let's say my morality, I have a problem with it. Your morality, you don't have a problem with it. Okay. I would say, like, let's unpack that because I want to see if you're consistent. That would be my answer to that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I might have a subjective morality where I think it's okay to kill people with pink shirts on or with maroon shirts on.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, that's probably an extreme example. We wouldn't be able to have a civil society if we went around doing stuff like that.
Of course. Yeah, but all I'm saying is that's my subjective.
Yeah.
You know, it might be insane. You might think it's insane. You might think it's inconsistent and crazy. But that's my morality.
Right.
So you're saying your morality is it's okay to kill animals, but we can talk about whether or not that is consistent and whether that is actually just as crazy to me to go. We can kill this group of people with this coloured shirt. You're saying we can kill this group of beings because they're animals.
I guess with your sort of, it's not straw man, I guess, but your extreme example is we just wouldn't be able to have a society like that. If you went around killing people in pink shirts, there wouldn't be a society.
I get what you're saying.
How to cooperate.
Yeah. So human beings wouldn't be able to live in a functioning society if we just kill people with pink shirts.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Saving that. So you just look at human beings as one group, and every other species is another group. So it only matters if human beings are functioning.
Not only, no, it's not black and white like that.
Okay.
But you know, I'm not religious either, right? So
yeah.
I'm not going to say there's intrinsic value in human life. I'm just saying we shouldn't be going around killing humans. Because you and I can both agree on that, right?
Of course. Yeah. Of course, I'm consistent. I don't think it's not okay to kill animals. It's okay to kill it. Of course. Yeah. Like basically, I want to know what animals you think it's okay to kill and eat.
Chickens.
All of them.
Pigs.
Okay. So anyone so basically, if they're not human.
Yeah.
So let's categorize this as a human, like a human species.
Yes.
Yeah? So anyone outside the human species is okay to kill and eat?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So an elephant? No problem?
In theory, okay, but
in your subjective...
In practice, in my subjective morality, in theory, yes. In practice, no, because, an elephant is a certain type of species, it might be threatened, the meat's not very good, it might not be efficient.
I don't care about the pragmatic point, the practical point. I care more about principle. Okay, so let's talk about principle because we could make practical work with elephants. Actually, we could breed them and
okay.
So if the practicals before out in principle, yeah, okay. So what about gorillas?
Yeah.
If the same thing, yeah. So principally, you wouldn't have a problem with me shooting a gorilla and heading them.
In principle, no, I wouldn't.
Okay, so in reality, we're in reality.
Yeah.
There's a gorilla there just chilling.
Yeah.
They got a couple of kids with them.
Yeah.
I shoot them in the face, shoot their kids in the face, start cutting them open and eating them. And my justification to you is I felt like a gorilla sandwich.
Do you know what? If you ate it,
it's cool.
Because you said you killed it, cut it open and ate it.
Yeah.
Right, so then you're taking on protein and you've had a meal. In theory, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So it's okay if I eat them and they're not human.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I think we just fundamentally disagree, don't we?
No. Let's unpack it. This is really interesting what you're proposing right now because I really want to get to the bottom of this, and this is a really interesting line of discussion. Actually, you might not think it is, and we might just say, well, we just disagree, but we can really get into the depths of this. What if I torture the animals first?
No, I'm not into the suffering. I'm not in it for the suffering. I don't like torturing.
But that's the thing, when you eat animals, there's no way,
we found a way to eat
like,
pork or chicken or whatever,
being killed
and there was zero
is
suffering. It
a
was
way,
somehow measurable. There was no
is
suffering. You still wouldn't eat chicken or pork, right? Yeah. So
being killed is a torturous way of dying,
if we eradicated it, you would still be
because you
No,
can
we do need to talk about suffering because
die naturally without anyone else killing you
and I want to find
or
out
doing anything to harm you.
because
And
I want to know why you have a
it's
problem
like
with me torturing a cow before I kill them. If you
no
don't have a
one's
problem with
really
us eating a cow.
torturing you,
because
but
it's
if someone
unnecessary.
kills you, that's torture.
I
That's
torture a cow.
so. There's no way you can eat animals and not be paying for torture. So when he eats animals,
Unnecessary, I guess.
he's paying for torture, and he's against torture.
In my view,
So it doesn't make sense.
I'm cool with
Is
it.
it necessary?
It's anything necessary? I mean,
Yeah, it's a weird thing though, because this phone wasn't
we have
necessary.
electricity, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, is it justified?
Yeah.
It's justified, isn't it?
How is
Okay.
how is it
I
justified?
would argue that it's not just unnecessary; it's cruel and unnecessary. That would be two different things. You know, so those two things together: cruel and needless.
Right.
Yeah, needless. Necessary is a weird word, and I get what you're saying actually. But so you're against me torturing the cow because it's
100%, yeah. Well,
yeah. Why do you care about the cow?
It's a sentient being that has feelings. Yeah, I get that.
And why are sentient beings important? Like you're sentient, aren't you?
Because that's everything, isn't it? Sentience is everything. That's
It's their life.
It's what you feel.
Yeah, let me go
Yeah,
back
it's what
a
you
little
feel and
bit.
what you also like. You're against me torturing the cow because it's
100%, yeah. Well,
yeah. Why do you care about the cow?
It's a sentient being that has
Does he
feelings.
eat cows?
I get
He's
that.
against
Why are
torturing
sentient
cows,
beings
but
important?
does
Like
he
you're
eat
sentient,
them?
aren't you?
Because that's everything, isn't it? Sentience is everything. That's
It's their life.
It's what you feel.
And you know, we always
what you
mention
feel, what you
cows,
also
but
like.
like
Under this
we don't know
umbrella
if
of sentience, it's
who
like,
we're
you know,
eating
you
is
experience
really a
the
cow
world as well.
or a
Yeah.
bull,
So and you're a subject as
a
well.
male
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Like inside of you right now, there's a subject
Yeah.
thinking about me, perceiving,
We
judging,
always talk
wanting
about the
desires,
females,
feeling if it's cold or hot, if you're hungry, it's
but
cold.
it's like
Okay.
basically in general.
But for me to come up
Also like
behind you
chickens,
and go
like
suffering and just go bang,
we don't know
shoot
if they
you,
are
you think that that's
hens
morally
or
okay?
No,
roosters.
because that's going back to humans, isn't it?
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
wouldn't. No one would be here now if it was okay to just go and want to kill people. Because you'd be worried about leaving your house. Everyone could. It would be like Mad Max. Everyone could kill everyone.
And what if
There'd
that
be no
human?
society.
So even though a cow experience is very similar to us, you don't think killing a cow just like that is wrong because it takes away their sentience? You don't think it's wrong?
I would have a problem with just like that. I would kill it for food.
So as long as you eat them.
Yeah.
But with human beings, you've got a problem because it would ruin society to do that.
Listen, Joe. I think you and I can agree that you and I agree that we don't go around killing people.
Wait a second. No, we can do this through
Oh,
human lens.
yeah.
What if we take some humans, remove them from society,
Mm-hmm.
so we make it illegal to kill any humans in society,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we keep society fully functioning.
Yeah.
We take these human beings and they're just like me and you, fully functioning, and we breed them in a factory farm, like we do with animals.
I see.
You're against suffering. You're against suffering.
Yeah.
Let's take the suffering.
Yeah.
They're not suffering, but they're existing. And we are doing it for the purpose of food.
Yeah.
Is it okay to cut their heads off and eat them?
It's a really weird hypothetical, that one, isn't it?
No, because what I'm doing is I'm narrowing out.
They never want to think
like,
about
you have a few
the same
requirements in order
situation,
to
but with
be okay with eating
humans,
animals.
they always want to say
You
like,
can't
oh,
go
but
around
that's
killing other
different.
people 'cause it ruins society.
Right. So
How
you're
is it
constructing
different?
a way-
We're talking about the same treatment, the same way of.
If society really is the justification, that's what
Yeah. I've not heard that argument.
The same way of
I guess
murdering
I'd still
them,
be against
taking
it
away
because
their
just
life,
because
robbing their life.
they're still
against
human
their
at the end
will.
of the day, and you have constructed an artificial way of removing them from society.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you
saying
hadn't
if I were
have
to do
done
that, would you be?
If you hadn't have done that, do you know what I mean? You've made it sort of.
I've created a hypothetical
yeah.
in order to see if your moral system is consistent.
Mm,
And right now, I don't think it
I
is.
don't think it is.
Because you are still saying.
I'd still say don't kill them. Yeah.
I've
yeah.
removed your requirements.
Yeah. So,
We created a scenario.
I guess because you've done it.
This is
You've done it artificially.
speciesism.
They were people
These
that
are
were
people.
in society, right?
No.
You've taken them out.
We've taken two people from society. We've bred some babies.
Right.
We've removed them, and now we've got this fully.
Yeah.
It's like essentially farming people.
I get what you're driving at.
Is it wrong to
I think
kill
it's yeah. I'd say yes.
Okay,
But
now we've.
I think it's a weird hypothetical, though, Joe. It's like,
Because you've got weird, because you've got specific requirements for your moral system. I've had to isolate them out to create this hypothetical. This is how I'm finding if your moral system is in fact consistent or if it contradicts itself.
Right.
So now you're saying no, it's not okay to kill them, even though we've removed them from society. We've still got laws protecting people within society. It's wrong to kill them, even though they don't cause suffering. It's just wrong to rob them of their sentience, to murder them, because they want to live. Essentially, is that why? Why is it wrong?
It's wrong to kill people. I think we can agree that.
Well,
I mean, it is
why
wrong, but it's also wrong
you
to
need
kill
tell me,
animals
Is there something about people?
needlessly.
My argument is the society.
What about if we needed to kill humans? Like,
but
for
I think
we needed
it's
for
because you wouldn't say ever it's right to kill people. So we agree.
for an
No, no,
unjust
that's not,
reason.
I'm trying to find out why you think it's wrong to kill a person and not to kill an
Can
animal.
we?
Yeah,
Because you're saying because we're human, but that doesn't. That just tells me something about DNA and about our species. That doesn't tell me why it's morally wrong to kill a person. You're just saying it's because we belong to this species.
Yeah.
You're not saying it's because we value our existence and to murder, to rob someone's existence is wrong.
a religious person will tell you that a human life has intrinsic value. And
Oh, well, I would say that too.
I would say that too as well.
I'm not religious.
Yeah. I'm not religious. But I mean, it's to me that and the societal thing is enough to just say that we can't kill people.
So
I think you're being a little bit. What's the word?
Is he using religion to justify?
Do you see what I'm?
Is he using religion to say that he has human supremacy?
It's very simple.
Yeah. So
It's very simple. It's just removing your
Religion says that humans are
constructing these.
better,
Construct these. I'm taking someone out and breeding.
have
and then
more
killing
worth
them.
Well, no,
than
it's all it is a consistency test.
Right.
It's
than
just
animals. Like they
you've
can
constructed
live,
your moral
but
system.
animals cannot.
Philosophically.
They shouldn't.
You
They
said,
should only be killed
I
for
don't think
food.
it's bad to kill an animal
and
because they're
for-
wrong to
for things that we
I'm
don't
like,
really
okay, so
need.
species, in my head, what if we and then you said, well, okay, could we come up and kill a human if it was for food? So you said no
Because we
it
need
ruins
protein.
Society, so it ruins society.
Mm.
I've still
We don't
kept.
need
We're
a
killing
corpse.
them humanely.
We don't
We're
need
doing
body
it for food.
parts
We've removed them from society. So
to
what I'm doing is-
maintain
Yeah,
our
it's
body
very-
parts.
It's not silly.
I'm kind of with
We
you.
don't need flesh
You have to be able to entertain
In a sense.
inside our flesh.
But see, now we've come down to what the
We
reason
don't need a
that was so
corpse
important is because we've
to
realized that it's not
nourish our
a society
corpse,
thing.
our body.
It's not because we're going to eat them. There's something intrinsic about humans you feel is morally wrong to kill them.
Yeah, but I do think that. But I think that's
We
quite
need to know what
hard.
that is.
Yeah, it's quite hard to articulate and quite hard to
Not for me.
prove.
Not for me.
Well, it's weird that we're arguing this point that we agree. You and I agree we shouldn't kill people.
No,
Just because we can't articulate it.
we're trying to find
We shouldn't
out
kill
what you
beings.
feel is important about people and see.
Okay,
And the reason
maybe I don't know, or maybe you don't.
I know.
You're probably more thought out than me.
I know.
Yeah.
Sentient beings,
I
let me be
think-
clear on
I think
that.
makes,
I don't want people to go like,
and valuable,
but
like
plants are living beings
It's the same thing that
too.
makes an animal's experience important, and that is sentience. And that is that they're experiencing.
Yeah, I've got to admit, you are consistent. I 100% agree with you on that.
Let me just tell you why I'm taking you down this road.
Yeah, go on.
Plants
We
are
share
living
common things with
beings,
animals.
but
There's-
are
and
they
there's
sentient
things that matter
beings?
that I'm worried about.
Totally.
I'm
Yeah.
concerned about the fact that a cow, they're human beings that like a child, right? Small child,
Yeah.
younger. Let's just say 3.
Yeah.
They have about the intellect of a cow.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
You know, if someone killed a human child on
Outrage.
this farm
Yeah.
that I'm talking about, removed from society, you would think that was crazy. You know, we do it to cows all the time. They're like little children in their minds. Like pigs are got the. I think that they got like the intelligence of a 3-year-old child. You can't really compare us because we're different, but they're about. You know, there's someone in there that we're taking away their existence. Like I think that people should have a right to their sentience, and no one should be able to dictate who robs their sentience from them. Like in the farm scenario, the human farm scenario I created.
Yeah.
Once they exist, they should have rights protecting their existence from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once an animal exists, we shouldn't be able to just decide that we want to kill them for a sandwich.
I think it's a false equivalence, Joey. I really do. I think there's enough of a difference
To justify killing the animal?
it, yeah.
What is that difference? I would ask.
It goes back to I'm just cool with it. I'm down with killing a cow for food.
You haven't shown me.
Yeah.
what
Didn't
that
he say he
difference
was
is to
against
justify it,
torturing
right?
a cow?
it's
but he's
like
okay
in order to
Eating
do
a cow
something
for food, it's the same
like
thing.
rob an animal
It's
of their sentience
equals.
or kill them,
Equals.
You should be able. You should have to
This
justify that. If I want to kill
And
you,
this
Yeah.
equals
right, I can't just say I'm cool with killing you.
wrong.
Yeah. That'd be a
Immoral.
psychopath. Right? It's weird that we.
Well, that's
Torturing
your
a
justification.
cow.
We
Eating
agree.
a cow
No, we're not. We're
For food.
basically.
Agree that you wouldn't kill
equals.
No, but let's just say I did,
It's the same.
and my justification was because I'm just cool with it.
Well, you'd get locked up.
In a world where it's a hypothetical, so you think it's crazy, don't you? But so, what should I think you're crazy for saying it's just cool to kill a cow? That's your justification.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Because think about a cow. A cow doesn't want to be killed.
Cow doesn't want to be killed, no. But one doesn't get it. Yeah. don't agree with the equivalence. I think it's a false equivalence.
We go with an ad.
¿Quién te crees que eres? Dices no a conformarte y aún así lo quieres.
I disagree. I think I've got you.
You
I
think
think
you've
I've got you. I don't
yeah.
think.
You know
I
what?
don't
You
think
always
can,
make me
Wait,
think.
I don't
hold
think
on,
you can
hold on.
justify it. That's what I think it is.
Um, one doesn't get it. Yeah.
Wait.
So, what should I think you're crazy for saying? Just call a killer cow. That's your justification.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Because think about a cow. A cow doesn't want to be killed.
Cow doesn't want to be killed. No.
Why do you eat them?
One doesn't get it. Yeah.
You know that cows don't want to be killed, but to
I
eat
don't
them,
agree
you have to kill them.
The equivalence.
Because
I think it's a
humans
false
don't eat
equivalence.
cows alive.
I disagree. I think I've got you.
You
I
think
think
you've
I've got you. I don't think.
You know
I
what?
don't
You
think
always
can,
make me think.
I don't think you can justify it. That's what I think it is.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
I mean,
No, you can go.
you're going to kill me on this.
Okay.
Here we go.
So you're saying, how do I justify killing a cow for food?
Yeah, because I think you shouldn't even care about the cow being tortured if you don't care about killing them.
Exactly.
No, I don't care about it.
Mhm.
I don't want the cow tortured.
Because
I don't want the
Yeah,
cow.
I know,
I'm not in it for suffering.
but so
Being
you care
killed
about the individual that's
is a
experiencing
torturing
torture. That's my point.
way of dying.
There's no reason to torture a cow.
But I know there's no reason to kill and eat them either.
I think it's
There's no
okay.
justification. There's no
You
justification.
can live healthily as a vegan.
Yeah, there's no justified reason to do it. I mean,
He said it,
might
that
have
you
a
can
reason.
live
Okay,
as a vegan.
Just bring back to what question I was going to ask you. How do you justify? I hate to use this word because you're going to kill me, but crop death.
Oh, oh my god, crop them.
All your own carrots in your back garden. Be really careful about picking them and stuff. But you don't. You go to Sainsbury's and buy them.
Yeah.
Right? And all the mice and hares that are churned
There
up
you go.
when they're harvested.
All
right?
those crops
Well, not necessarily.
are
How do you
mostly
justify
fed to animals that you
killing
eat,
hogs
so
and-
those crop
When
deaths,
it's-
you also pay
use
for
your
those deaths. You
it's
also
not-
are
it's not,
accountable or
required,
responsible
because
for
you could go
all
and grow your
those
carrots in your back garden.
deaths from
It's
crops.
just too much of a hassle
So
for you. It's too
they think crop deaths
asking
only
people to grow their own food would
like
cause,
only
mass
vegans
starvation
and
a
people who
huge,
don't eat animals.
Well,
tragedy.
We're
tell me
the
something.
just people that eat vegetables
When
and
the
fruits and
carrots
you
are
know
I get what you're saying.
everything that
So, I
grows
can justify it,
inside the
but-
soil.
Yeah. In order to have
Um,
civilization,
that we
there
are
has
the
to be
only
an
people
amount of
that
harm that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay?
are accountable
So my
for.
moral system is something called like threshold deontology.
And it's
Yeah.
like
You
there's
and
no
I-
way
Like
to.
rights matter. Like
We
our rights
we
matter,
wish
animal
we could
rights
find a
matter,
way to
up to a certain
even lower
threshold.
that amount
If
of
you
deaths
say to me,
from
like, hey, why don't you
crops.
just grow their own carrots, right? I don't have the facilities to
But
grow
that's
carrots.
what vegan
No,
is
Me asking you
about.
If I was to say, hey, this
Vegan is about reducing
everyone go out
as
and grow your own
most
food, right? And
as
this is
much
before
as
it's,
possible
you know,
and
certain
practicable.
civilizations, like I think it's Russia. Where was it? Is it China? Where then people had to
So,
grow their own food and
Yeah.
everyone starved.
At the
Yeah.
moment,
So
we've
that's
never
huge
really
amounts
had
of human suffering,
like a
Right.
practicable
So when you talk about
way to reduce
growing,
those
cultivating
crop
crops is the
deaths,
reason
you
we
know.
have civilization. Actually.
Yeah.
So before we cultivated crops, there was no civilization.
Yeah.
So you're saying like we should remove crop farming because I know that animals die in
No,
crops.
I mean,
Well,
you mentioned a threshold, right? So
Do they all?
threshold's here. My
That's
threshold's
the
here.
thing. Like, do you
no,
not
no,
eat
you don't eat
potatoes
You and I
with
don't
your
like-
cow
both of us don't
corpse?
like bullfighting,
Like, do you not eat
right?
mashed potato with gravy
but you
and
don't-
a
I eat meat,
piece, a
but
big
you
piece
don't
of
eat
corpse
meat.
of
Yeah, but you're
the
saying-
All
cow?
you're saying is it's a continuum, and you're
Like-
here and I'm here.
You don't even meet no way near the threshold.
Like, do you
So
not
there's a continuum.
There's
ever
crop
eat
deaths,
avocados?
And then there's what happens to animals in the meat and
And,
dairy
you know.
industry. That's nowhere near the threshold. That's not even meeting me close.
What is the vegetable or
sorry,
fruit
what I'm saying
that
is there's a continuum.
is
of
basically
where we
like
are.
Yeah, you're
it
on
kills a lot
opposite
of
Of you.
You're
Yeah,
not near
but-
a lot of
Okay, but
Yeah.
you could be
smaller
you could be
animals?
you could do less harm.
Yeah, but I don't think
Animal
I'm not
eaters
convinced
also
that
eat
that's
those
not-
vegetables. That's what I'm
How
trying
do
to
you
say.
justify killing a cow, D? I said, Joe, well, how do you justify
So they
buying carrots from Sainsbury's?
I can justify it.
buying
I'm trying to-
carrots.
I'm trying to
That's he's
justify
talking
it.
about
Saying
carrots.
It's
So
slightly better.
do
No,
you
it's not
never
slightly,
eat a
it's incredibly amount. It's-
carrot
it's-
cake?
Tell that to the poor mice that are being churned
Or,
up when the carrots are
Yeah, you've already made this up. But let me just dissect this for you. Let me finish. So
or is
you
that
get it
carrot
right
cake
afterwards.
like artificially
So-
like not even
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
So the animals
carrots?
you eat crops?
Yeah.
Fish.
And
I don't
more
even
than
know
human
what's.
beings?
Yeah.
So you're causing a bunch of
There'd be
way more
less.
crop.
Yeah.
there's got to be way
I'm
less.
with you. I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
So already by eating animals, you're causing
Correct.
way more crop deaths.
Exactly.
And plants as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The animals you eat way more plants.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you
The
eat chicken,
animals
they
eat
soy,
more
So
plants
there'd be
than
less crop
any
deaths
human.
if I went
Like,
anything that shoots less.
be they
So 83%
an
of
animal
farmland
eater or
on
a
Earth, that was the Joseph Paul
pescatarian
study,
or a
shows that
vegetarian or a
80%
plant-based
of
or
farmland is
vegan.
used for animal agriculture
Yeah.
and dairy, and that includes animals grazing and crops being fed to them. Like they harvest grass, they harvest.
Listen, I think you're preaching to the converted here. I
Okay.
will concede that there will be substantially less crop
And not
deaths
just crop deaths. So there's between
if I went vegan, right?
yeah, and there's not just crop deaths. There's
Wait,
something like
what did
80
you say?
billion chickens that are slaughtered every year,
That there will be substantially less crop
and not
deaths
just crop deaths. So there's between
if I went vegan, right?
yeah, and there's not
Less
just crop
animal
deaths.
deaths if you went
Something
vegan.
like 80 billion chickens that are slaughtered every year. There's between 1 and 3 trillion marine animals that are slaughtered every year. 50% of the marine animals are farmed fish. They're fed fish too, right? So 50% of the fish people eat are farmed fish. They feed plants as well, so that's more crop deaths. So then, and then you got all the cows and the pigs, and then you got the pigs and the chickens in factory farms. So they're incredible amounts of suffering, which you're against. All the torture that happens in the fishing industry, that's something you're against. Unjustified torture, you told me. Most of the animals that you eat are tortured.
I'm gonna,
The hens, pigs that are gassed.
I can't wait
you're not just
to,
talking about crop deaths, you're talking
for
about
someone,
a
when I
huge mass
have a
murder
conversation,
of trillions
like,
of
on
animals
the
every
streets
year
or with
on top of the
someone,
crop deaths, right?
and they kind of
what I'm
mention
saying
that
is
thing with the
people
crop
should
deaths,
eat plants, and then you go,
I want to ask them
feel
a
about
question
right?
that I don't
So what happens in a crop?
I don't
The
think
harvester
I've
comes, churns
ever
up the
heard of
crop.
this
Most of the
from
mice run away,
vegans,
it's
like
funny,
asking
mice
this
run away,
question.
but what happens is
Like,
birds
this
get the
question.
mice.
Lizards.
Do you ever eat
Birds can, because
Like,
it's been sort of
crops?
You're not
Hold on,
really
there's
actually
an
showing
ad
that
coming.
there's any more death being created.
Here's the ad. A second ad, which I'm gonna. I hate seeing these ads.
I don't need to show that though.
No,
Well,
yeah, you do.
No, you asked me how do I justify killing a cow?
Yeah.
so the crop test,
I'm
the
just
question
called
that I
it.
I wanted to ask someone who
How
asked
do you,
it.
the same way that you justify killing when you buy carrots from
Do you
Sainsbury's,
ever eat
but you're responsible for those deaths.
vegetables,
Well, yeah,
fruits,
It's only a scale, isn't it?
and rice and
There's
beans
no way,
and
because
all
I'd
these
say
things?
that getting rid of plant agriculture
Accompanied-
would be the end of civilization. Everyone would starve and die.
Accompany
I would never advocate for that in
your
terms of
corpse, your body part of an
Right.
animal
That's what I'm
that
talking
didn't
about.
want to
You're saying
die
it would cause-
with
well, it
those
might be causing
vegetables,
less harm. I'd argue that getting
which
rid of
you
plant agriculture
are
would cause even more harm.
causing those crop deaths
So yeah, of
as
course we're
well.
going to justify it because we can't
And
have
see
a
what
functioning
their
civilization without
answer
crop
is.
farming.
Right.
You know,
See
so that's
what
why
they-
it's justified.
Because they try to get
should
us
I walk
with
around
that,
and
like,
say,
oh,
"Man,
but you're
that's not
causing
vegan,
crop
it's not
deaths. You're
possible,
causing
it's
a lot of
vegetable." You know, it's not like
smaller
we're gonna harm
animals.
No matter what. It's not.
But
It's not. Hey,
do you
I'm
not
gonna shoot you
either?
and start mass killing
You
everyone.
don't?
There's always
like you,
justifications
an
for what
animal
we do.
eater, you
I
don't
don't
cause
think
those crop deaths?
slaughterhouses are justified.
I guess
Or
it's the word practical.
Are
isn't it?
vegans
Practicable.
the only
Practical,
people who do
sorry.
it?
Yeah, sorry.
Who
Able to
only
be practiced.
the only
Yeah.
ones?
We just draw the line at different points.
They kind of want to get us
So you're
to.
drawing the line at a mass
Yeah.
murder,
They kind of want to make us
crop
seem
deaths
like
and
we're a
civilization
hypocrite,
causes.
like
Yeah.
I'm
we're
saying, I'm
hypocrites,
drawing the
but
line at civilization,
Yeah.
being able to function.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough
And
one.
you
isn't
know,
it?
humans also die on crops, like on farms, on plant farms. Do you know that? Human
Well,
beings.
in accidents.
Yeah, tractor accidents. You know, do you drive a car?
yeah, that as well. That
I
has
drive
never
cars,
really
right?
been.
Functioning civilization.
Yeah.
Hard to operate without one.
Yeah.
Some people don't drive cars. Some people just ride bikes.
Yeah.
I think without transport, there's a sort of trade-off we make.
Yeah.
But also, do you know how many people die in car accidents?
Yeah, loads. Yeah, loads.
Are you a murderer because you drive a car?
No.
Do you think it's justified to drive a car?
Yes.
What about the person who dies in a car accident? You're driving at high speeds?
We're back to
Hmm.
humans.
Exactly.
We agree.
But
that's bad.
But you drive a car, even though transport kills thousands and thousands of people every year.
Yeah.
I don't think you're a murderer.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, yes, plant farming kills thousands of animals every year.
Yeah.
So does transport. But I think those two things are justified for a functioning
Right. I
civilization.
see what you're saying.
Chucking these people
Yeah.
in a slaughterhouse to murder them for burgers, I don't think it's
Kind of
justified.
getting
Chucking those
it.
animals, mass breeding breeding them and chucking them in slaughterhouses on
He's
top of
looking
the
like,
hardcore.
you know, when
I
they
don't
look
think it's justified.
sideways and start like
That's my threshold.
Right.
thinking, like
I
seeing it.
personally still think
Right.
it's just
Do you think I justified
it's
it?
a continuum.
Do you think I justified it?
Yeah, probably do. Yeah. But I can't get it out of my head, Joey, that I'm just okay with it. Do you know what I mean?
I think you're okay with I don't know if you're okay with it. I really don't know until I have an animal here that desperately doesn't want to die,
Yeah.
and I shoot him in the head and cut the head off in front of you, and then say you feel like a burger still.
Yeah.
Or like a cow nuzzle to you and says,
Seeing
"Oh,
all the
like
all
they're
the
your friend."
all
I
the
don't know if you have that type of callousness in your
Yeah.
heart.
guts
I
and
think you might be so detached from
blood,
this that you can
like,
say that.
it's gonna make him not
You're right,
not
I'm
so much
squeamish. Yeah, and I
hungry.
think a lot more people would be vegan if they had to kill their own animals. I don't feel bad about outsourcing it to someone less squeamish.
Just because you're squeamish, you could be squeamish by bananas.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that bananas are immoral.
Yeah.
Bananas aren't sentient or conscious like animals. So I would say to you that most of the animal products you're eating now, torture happens, and there's standard practice that is mutilations and torture. The most humane way to kill pigs in the UK is a gas chamber, which causes them immense suffering and fear.
Is it hydrogen they put in?
CO2.
CO2.
So fizzy gas. It's like burnt you. So like you're contributing to a bunch of torture anyway, even if you created this in your worldview, animals without suffering getting killed. That's not what happens. What you're eating.
Yeah, you're going back to suffering now. I mean, I don't think we need to talk about suffering because you could say we eradicate it, you'd still be vegan.
No, we do need to talk about the torture and the
You'd
suffering
still-
because most of the animal products
I'm not
eat.
in it for the suffering. I would pay more if there was one chicken there and one chicken there.
So you
And this
should-
one there was 0 suffering, and this one was 100 suffering. I would pay more. I'd pay double, triple for the.
But you agree that the animal products you buy, suffering happens. Immense amounts of unjustified suffering. So,
Well,
so what
unjustified. Yeah.
Do you think suffering is justified for itself?
Well,
Like the suffering that happens
if you
in
have to
farm-
kill an animal, there's going to be some suffering. There's going to be some suffering because you have to kill the animal. So
He
I'm
said
not in it for
half,
the suffering.
but
I don't
you
want
don't
there to be
have.
suffering.
Yeah, I understand you're not in it, but a direct result of
Yeah.
consuming animal products, you're causing a bunch of stuff that you're against.
Yeah.
So why are you still doing that?
Because it goes back to my fundamental belief.
Because I don't mind. I'm cool with killing animals. Like,
you said
I'm
it's
just
okay
a
to kill them. You didn't say
hypocrite
it's okay to torture them.
speciesist.
Not unnecessarily, no, it's not.
So then we're unnecessarily torturing animals for food that
No,
you don't need.
I don't want to unnecessarily torture them. There's going to be some suffering because you have to kill the animal.
No.
That's
There's
unnecessarily
immense amounts of suffering in
torturing them.
farming in the UK. You can't avoid it. What animal products do
If
you
you
eat?
were out here, all of them, mate.
There's suffering
That
in all
is
of them.
If you were out here,
unnecessary
protesting
torture.
cruelty, I mean, I support you anyway.
I am.
I would support you.
I'm protesting cruelty as well as exploitation and killing.
Well, I support that.
Yeah, but you don't, because you support the cruelty when you're not
No,
vegan.
I would support your protest against cruelty.
This sign here says when you're not vegan, you support animal abuse.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah,
To me, that-
I have to agree with that. Yeah.
So how are you comfortable with supporting the torture that goes on in animal agriculture?
I'm not massively comfortable with it. No.
The way Joey
Yeah.
That you're against
zoomed
torture,
in
so how's it
on the
justified?
finger tapping
I'm against torture.
when
Yeah.
he said that.
By your own standards, it should be unjustified what you're doing. Because you're against torture. But
Well,
you're
listen.
doing
I'm against just someone sitting there and torturing.
Here we go with an
Yeah.
ad.
Yeah, well,
Nah, no pizza, no animal abuse, no cruelty, no suffering, no torture. No torture, please, or suffering, or death. Like, intentional death, intentional suffering, because as we've established that crop deaths are deaths, but we don't really want to kill them. If there was a way to reduce or even eliminate, if it was possible, all the crop deaths, like if we could do that, that would be amazing. But I don't know. Anyways.
well, let's just
If
say
they
that
kill it.
torture. No, what they're doing is they're often mutilating them to dehorn them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, so they dehorn them.
Yeah.
They take their calves away from them, which causes them trauma. They get mastitis and lameness in the dairy industry, which is a form of torture. In the pork industry, 90% of the pigs at a factory farm, they're in farrowing crates when they're giving their piglets, and they go crazy in there. The piglets are getting in their heads smashed on the ground, teeth clipped down, tail snipped off, gas chambered. That's torture. In the egg industry, so in the egg industry, they macerate the males. Obviously, they deep beat the animals.
So if there was none of that stuff, Joe, if there was none
But
of
that
that,
still
is.
happens.
if there wasn't, you'd still be vegan. If we found a
We're
way,
not talking about
if
this.
we found a
We
way
don't-
tomorrow
Yeah.
to just there was a way to kill a pig with zero suffering, and we could prove it, yeah, you would still not eat that pig. You would still be vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Yeah.
but that doesn't exist. But you still support it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm against it.
He's like trying to
No, no,
find
no, to donate-
a little spot where he can fit,
I'm against.
where he
If you're
tries to justify eating animals, but there's no way to eat animals without
But you're paying for
killing them,
the
without
moral
making them
stuff.
suffer,
So you're donating
without
your
torturing
money.
them,
So you're
because
donating-
death is a torturous way.
I would support
like,
a campaign against
the way they-
for better conditions.
All the ways, not just
You pay for
one
animal
way,
products goes to
all the
supporting
ways
torture for the animals.
humans
So even if
kill
we don't
animals
agree
for
that it's
food,
wrong to kill an animal,
or
even
for
though I
any
think that-
other product like
I think that we got to the bottom
clothing,
of that already.
anything.
The torture itself that happens right through animal agriculture. It's right.
Yeah.
Like
You
you pick the industry.
Yeah, but you're making this point when it is kind of moot because it's not. If we eradicate it, you'll still be vegan.
It's not about me. I'm talking about you now. I'm talking about you.
If I could eradicate it like that, I would.
No, why don't you eradicate your support for it?
It goes back to my fundamental belief that I think
That-
it's okay.
It's got nothing to do
But I
with
think
your
it's
fundamental
okay.
beliefs.
I'm
It's just
cool
about
with
torture. You don't
eating
think it's
animals
okay.
and
It's about
paying
start.
for
You said
their
killing's
cruelty,
okay.
for
But
their
you're using this word
torture.
Yeah, I'm
Abuse
saying
and
when
murder.
I buy some bacon from the shop, right? That pig has been killed. Yeah.
In a
Maybe
gas
torture they
chamber
killed.
Yeah. Well.
with
More often than not,
CO2
they're tortured.
gas.
Why they're killed?
Yeah.
Because they're gas chambered. So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is you're
Yeah.
isolating killing from torture, but they're both intrinsic parts of animal agriculture.
I'm
which is
against
sport.
any unnecessary suffering.
Unnecessary
Unnecessary
stuff.
suffering by consuming animal products in the UK. An egregious amount of it.
Yeah, but you're saying unnecessary in what sense?
Well, what do you mean by unnecessary?
Unnecessary.
So, for me to get the animal products that I want on my plate,
Uh-huh.
that's necessary.
You're okay to torture the animals to eat a sandwich?
To a degree, yes. I'm okay for the animal to be killed.
No. That's not what we're talking about. I've got your position on killing. I know your position
Yeah,
on
but
killing.
you're saying you
I'm
can't
talking
kill
now-
it without torture.
No, in the UK, if you're buying animal products, there's almost 100% certainty they have been tortured in some way.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you-
I think it's a bit. A bit of a stretch to use the word torture. I think there's a process that they
Well,
go
ask me
through.
about it. What
Yeah.
animal don't you think is tortured?
Well, I mean, there's a reason they cut their ears off, it's because they bite each other's ears.
They shouldn't have them in confinement anyway.
Yeah, but
We shouldn't be breeding them to eat them anyway.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
cause the problem that we're trying to solve?
Yeah.
By torturing them?
We cause a
We cause the
problem
that we torture them
that
to
we're
solve it?
trying to solve. Dang.
Come on.
That's what
I'm
Joey
against
says.
that. I would want to reduce that.
Will you
I
pay
would,
for it?
I would
You're
support
caught-
reducing
No, you
it.
This
support-
man
you donate more
causes
money
the
to
problem
torturing
that
animals
he's
than
trying
you
to be against, but he's also
every single day, 3 times a day, we pay for
supporting
the
it
torture of
by
animals. So by
eating these.
I
Poor
think
sentient
you're
beings.
overusing that word torture for
Well,
And he's okay with
right.
then
torturing this
get me with it. Try to-
beings, but he says he's against
The farmer
torture.
isn't interested in torture either, right? They're interested in turning a profit.
Exactly.
They're not psychos torturing animals for fun.
Well,
Right?
well,
They're trying to process.
I don't think he understands
Well, yeah.
And there's rules in the UK.
that.
There's standards. Right? Maybe
I
you're
think
right,
he
maybe
views
you're
torture
right.
as
I
like
couldn't tell you know more than me.
just abuse them before killing them. Like
Say
I
you
prefer-
came to me and said,
like I think
"There's a
he
campaign
thinks
trying to
that
improve the conditions." I
we
would
can
support that.
kill them,
Well, I'm sure you would, but
and
there's always campaigns about improving
not
conditions, but what's that mean?
abuse them in
What's
any
it
way
Yeah.
before abuse them
What's an
by
improvement?
killing them. Like the
Yeah.
act itself
Slightly less
of
torture?
killing them.
There's still torture, but slightly less.
Oh,
I think
That's
he
the one.
he's against
torture is
Mm,
deliberately
like abusing
inflicting
them
pain on
before
someone
abusing
for
them,
a reason, for the reason being
like,
pain. Right? That's what torture
lastly
is.
abusing them
Just creating a chicken into
Um,
existence. the
when
way
we
they are,
murder them, when we
They're
take
very
away
wise
their
of
life
torture.
against
Yeah.
their will.
Because they're Frankenstein giant chickens.
Yeah.
Because they grow so fast, they can't support their body weight. And this is the majority. You're talking about
Another
95%
ad.
of
Here we
chickens
go.
are these Frankenstein bodies.
Puerto Rico.
De aquí como tú, de aquí como el coquí.
So, just by breeding them is
I actually don't spend.
torture.
I don't know. I guess I don't spend a lot of time worrying
The
about
egg
that.
industry, right? Let's talk about eggs.
Go on.
Free range eggs.
Yeah.
55% of the eggs in the UK are free range.
Yeah.
The rest are either enriched or barn eggs.
Yeah.
There was a period of time this year that they all had to be kept indoors for bird flu, right? But just say the free range ones, all right? Not all of them get let out. They open the door. Some get let out, some don't. There's a bit of a pecking hierarchy. Let's just say they all got let out and come back in, right? Just for argument's sake. They're bred to produce about 30 times more eggs than they naturally do, right? So they usually produce about 10, one a month or something like this.
Yeah.
They're producing about 300 a year.
Yeah.
The very act of breeding those chickens so that they have to push out egg after egg after egg is torture because it's painful every time. They suck the nutrients out of their body. A lot of them are dying from sucking nutrients, and it's
I mean,
they get offspring.
Honestly, I disagree with the use of the word torture because to me, torture is it's all about the pain. When you torture someone, it's the idea.
All the pain you cause before the pain they are gonna endure when they're being
Well, I
killed.
would just say to you, like, let's just say, I've got a different. I mean, you can put this in a human context, and if you think that's not torture still, just because I have a different outcome, I'm trying to cut your ears off so that you don't bite other humans' ears in confinement.
It's torture to me, but there's different to you torturing me, cutting off my ears because you're trying to get some information from me.
The only thing I care about is what it feels like for the animal. I don't give a what it feels like for you because you're a human who gets to walk away and go sleep in your nice cozy house.
Totally.
I care about the animals, how they feel. Do the animals want to live? It's human beings, right? This is what we do. We decide who lives, who dies, what's torture, what's suffering, who we get to eat, who matters, who doesn't. Yeah. Who the are we?
Human supremacists.
Well, think about it. Who are we?
Who are we?
I've figured out a lot of stuff.
You haven't.
I haven't.
You ever built a rocket ship?
No, but I've no.
I wouldn't take credit for the human race because we've also figured out how to commit the Holocaust, slavery, incredible, egregious amounts of poverty and starvation.
Again,
hate crimes. Look at women couldn't vote until 50 years ago or something.
Right.
Human beings. Yeah, we've done some great things. We've also done some horrible, dumb, immoral, like Stone Age to each other, like wars. Look at wars. Children being bombed.
I think we're going off on a bit of a tangent.
No. I'm not going on a tangent. I'm saying
talking about women getting the vote now.
No, I'm just saying that human beings are notoriously.
But we're all we have.
We have a notorious.
We're definitely the best species on this planet. Easily.
We are one of the most horrible.
Did he say one of the best species on the planet? Humans?
Let's debate it.
Is he that human supremacist that he truly thinks that we humans are the best species on the planet when we are destroying the only planet we have?
I'm just saying that human beings.
Oh my god, he actually said that.
But we're all we have.
We're all we have.
We're definitely the best species on this planet. Easily.
We are one of the
How
most
is-
horrible, egregious species.
Let me pause this real quick. He says that we're all we have, like we humans are all this this planet Earth has, and essentially the best. But how does the best species on this planet? How do you put the best species on this planet? Like the best species on the planet is also the only species that's destroying the planet. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like it makes 100%, but negative. Negative 100. Should I say it like that? Like negative 100% sense? Like, right? Basically the opposite of 100% making sense. So, So it makes like 100% on the left side of like before the zero, like, so this is 100%, this is 100% negative 100% of the sense that it makes, which is nothing.
Species on this planet. No, species.
Way.
Oh, okay. Let's debate it. What species of animal causes as much suffering and killing as the human species? Name one.
Exactly.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near. Even if the mosquitoes wiped out the whole human race, it wouldn't even be close.
Right,
We kill more non-human animals in
Yeah.
4 weeks than the
Yeah.
number of human beings that have ever existed on
Yeah.
Earth. About 110 billion humans have ever existed. We kill more animals than that in a month.
Right. Yeah.
More suffering.
But I guess it goes back to why is that bad? If we're okay
Why
with
is suffering
it,
bad?
well,
You
no,
stop
suffering.
me, you're against torture.
Yeah, I am.
So how much torture is that?
Sorry, mate, my phone's going. I've got to go.
It's good
I'm
time.
so sorry.
It's alright.
That was awesome.
It's
Is
alright.
that truly
It's just
a reason to end the conversation? Your phone's dead?
That's not me. That's
Wait,
Listen,
go
good
back
luck.
to.
That was awesome. I enjoyed it.
Already.
Yeah, I am.
So how much torture is that?
Is that what he was?
Sorry, mate, my phone's going. I've got to go.
It's good
I'm
time.
so sorry.
It's alright.
That was awesome.
It's alright. You left at
It's
the right
just going
time.
and going.
You got cornered, mate. I reckon you got your wife to call you and you're like, yeah, mate, get me out of this one.
That's
mate.
not me. That's
No.
Listen, good luck. That was
Alright.
awesome. I enjoyed it.
I really appreciated you sitting down and giving me like a good back and forth.
Listen,
I
good
like
luck.
it.
I hope you have some good conversation.
Yeah.
It was lovely to meet you.
Really good to meet you too,
Sorry
mate.
about
I wish I had a treat to give you a vegan treat to take with you. But maybe you can do a vegan challenge and tell me how it goes one day.
I'll do it for anyone, it'd be for you.
Not the animals though.
The animals.
Screw the animals. Joey's alright. Mate. I really appreciate it. Thank you. No worries. Take care.
Dang. So he would rather do the challenge.
This
Hey,
veggie burger tastes so
Dr.
good.
Prager's
Simple, real ingredients.
vegan veggie
Perfectly
burger.
combined for real big flavor.
That's an
Dr.
ad.
Prager's. Great taste, simplified.
That's an ad that I'll keep and not skip. Um, yeah, so we're done. And yeah, I guess I'll keep this video out. I want to say some last notes, like last thoughts. Or I mean, like just ask people that are watching this to please, um, if you're interested, don't try to say, I'm not gonna, or like, I don't want to be seeing comments if I ever do, from anti-vegans. Um, but whoever is interested, please go watch Dominion on YouTube. Also, Earthlings, also on YouTube. Um, if for the reason that Dominion and Earthlings on YouTube, they both need a age verification, like age. They have a restricted, like, age restriction, so you have to have an account and be like 18 or over. But if you don't have an account, you can still watch at least Earthlings. You can still watch it by going to earthlings.com. So watch that. You don't have, um, you'll be able to watch it on the official Earthling site. It's free. It's You can watch it on the site. So, and yeah, go if you want help on transition to becoming kind to animals, kind and respectful to animals' lives and existence. Go to challenge22.com, or there's also veganuary.com. That's VEGANUARY, veganuary.com. And yeah, go vegan because because the future is gonna be vegan. All right, bye.